What is up, everybody? This is Random Sparks, and we are back in Farming Simulator 15, and we are on the Made in Germany map, American Edition, once again. I have made some updates since the last video to the map. Adding to that American touch, we have some more grain storage, increased storage on our beef farm. You can kind of see the elevator up there with the flag flown on top. But we'll get to that later. Where we left off, I was just working on chasing some bales with our auto stacker, and this is the last field, so we'll be wrapping that up with one final load. So we'll be taking that back to the main farm. However, I will drive by our changes that we made to the beef farm here, so have that to look forward to. Once we do get our auto stacking done, I am going to be starting. Actually, I'm gonna have to definitely feed some animals, but after that, let's see, what did I have in mind here? I was going to progress time until the first growth stage of our crops, so the corn and also the oats. So once they get to their first growth stage, it's going to progress time to that, which would then require I feed the animals, because that's going to run us low for a little bit. So I can finally give them some total mixed ration. And then, yeah, since we'll be in the first growth stage, I'm going to spray the crops, so give them some fertilizer. So yeah, that's just what I have planned for right now. So most of this episode is going to be feeding animals. We'll see how much time we have after that, because that could potentially take a while. So we'll see what we have time to do. But until then, yeah, we're gonna pick up our stuff here and drag it on back. So I definitely have been making quite a bit of progress on Americanizing this map. Several buildings have been added, or replaced, I should say. I removed several German, I suppose you could call them, German buildings, even though you might even see some of them here in the States. But I did replace them with some more American-looking stuff. Most of the stuff on the right here is the same. Actually, it is identical to where we had it. However, we have quite a bit changed here. So you can see we have our big grain bins here, a set of 4, or 2 different sets of 2, I suppose. I did add a smaller one here just as a non-functioning, just kind of run down, like we're not using that anymore, kind of grain bin, which can be common. And then I did adjust in here. We have even more grain storage in here, and then our dump area has changed, so that's what we have there. I also have put in some of these Jersey barriers in here between them, so I thought that was cool, and then replace the unload auger there. And I also replaced the building that was here with this machine shed here, and our truck is currently sitting in it. And this building is also one that is identical to our main farm / dairy farm. So we are gonna head this back home. Oh, that's kind of low there. Cut through our bushes there. So yeah, we do have a couple wheat bales mixed in. There's only 2 total, I believe, maybe 3. That's just because of the grass output. If you pick up some wet grass, which is weird, it's just one of the things that's wrong with the map that I haven't figured out. Whenever you bale up grass, wet grass that hasn't had the tedder run over it, it will output as straw. So occasionally I have picked up some of those some of that grass that had the output of straw. So not that that's a big deal. It's only like 1 out of, geez, I don't even know how many bales we picked up. Yeah, it's been a lot. I'd say we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six or seven loads maybe. We can take a look when we get back though. So yeah, out of the 7 loads, maybe 2 of them had 1 straw bale in it. We can count that up. Also, while we're here, I did make a sign for our farm. Random Farms is what I called it, and I used one of the pictures from my home farm. That's the Magnum rerun, and then one of our wing discs. So yeah, just a little touch of home there, along with my touch of my YouTube name there. So I thought that was cool. I do kind of want to adjust the font on it. I do like the font, but I do want to adjust the O there to make it taller, because the 0 is what I used isn't tall like I would like it. Also, let's see, I added a small grain bin there that's non-functional, just for aesthetics. Like, oh hey, we have these old grain bins we don't use anymore. Because like I said, I have seen some of those that don't get used around where we live. At least I don't think they get used. Whenever it's harvest season, I never see any equipment go by them. So looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loads. And there's 1 straw bale in there. There might be 1 back here. Yep, there's 1 down there. So there's 3 total straw bales out of the 8 loads we got. So that's definitely not bad at all, really, compared to what I thought we might have gotten. So I'm going to adjust my throttle here and close out of that. This is definitely a time when having the drive control mod comes in handy, because you can adjust the throttle to go really slow, and so you can creep back at a controllable speed. Definitely helps with getting this stuff lined up for sure. Alright, I do want to adjust that more. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I didn't record all of my auto stacking, because this is quite a delicate process and I don't want it to get messed up, and therefore I have to take it slow, and that would just end up wasting quite a bit of time on the video. So that is actually pretty good right there. Just pull it ahead slightly and call it good there. Actually, I'm going to back it up just a little bit, adjust it. Lock in my hubs, lock in the drive there. Actually, it's not going anywhere, so I guess that's where I will leave it. Alright, so yeah, we ended up with quite an amount there. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll be getting even more once we do alfalfa, so that's good. Now we can speed this back up. And I did adjust our fuel usage on the Puma right there. I ended up messing up the file somehow, so I re-downloaded it and I got a slightly older version because I couldn't find the one I did use. Really, the only difference I found is you can't turn on and off the front loader console, so it's always on, always visible, which I don't mind at all. I think that's quite fine. And that was really the only difference. So hopefully now we also won't be running low on fuel so quickly. So anyways, that's the update there as well. Alright, pull it ahead just a little bit. I think we're kind of through the wall there. So what do I need to do now? I want to grab our mixer wagon. I guess it doesn't matter what order we do this. Oops. So where is my mixer wagon? I don't remember where I left that. I think that's, yeah, it should be on our other farm. The dairy farm, I should say. Oop. Running over pedestrians, did not mean to do that. Yeah, this drive control mod can be a blessing yet a curse at the excuse me, same time. Oh jeez, hiccups, what is up with this? Alright, so I'm gonna have to grab our other hitch. Wait, I need to put that away. Don't I? Yeah, I suppose I will put our baler away while we're here. I don't know why I left him out, to be honest. Yeah, I got these both washed up here, and this is the wrong way. Hold on, we can just wrap around there. Come through here. And it didn't take long at all. Awesome, awesome. Oop. Adjust that a little more, just to give us a little more room against the wall there. Alright, that should do. Then I'm gonna park this guy in our new machine shed that we have on this farm. So as you can see, I filled up some of the area on the staging area here with this shed. I also put some false grain bins in that, again, no, not functional, just aesthetics. A couple medium, small ones, small medium ones, and then an extra small one there. I also put an auger there that's, again, non-functional, can't use it, can't move it. It's just looking pretty. I do need to adjust this. I'm probably not going to, though. It's not a big deal at all. I don't mind it. So, back here, and we shall grab our mixer wagon. So we should be making some total mixed ration. I am going to go ahead and put it in our pile of mixed ration. So I will end up feeding them with our Kroger AgroLiner trailer. So that's what I'm going to be feeding our animals TMR with. I do like that sign. I did adjust it even more from the original, not only by adding my own image to it, but also adjusting the wood texture so it looked a little weathered, because I did want it to look like it's been outside for a while. So I think I did good in doing that. I just added a sort of grunge texture that I used on bizapp.com. You can edit photos on there, and it had some cool textures that are free for a limited time. So I took advantage of that. I was just looking around for different stuff, and I found that grunge texture, and that gave me the idea. Hey, how about we do some weathered look on it, and that, by golly, did the job. So go ahead and grab 2 of these bales. So yeah, we'll run in. We're going to be running 2 grass bales, 1 straw bale, and the rest will be silage. That is the plan, anyways. Oh, geez. Whoopsies, whoopsies, whoopsies. Oh, there we go. Awesome. And I should adjust my throttle here as well. Just take it easy, since we are handling some delicate stuff here. It's a delicate procedure getting these bales in there without making a mess, if I'm being honest. I mean, I've had issues with it plenty. So yeah, this should definitely help. Looks like I may need to back up a little bit there. I'm just going to drop in there like so. And I will just grab that straw bale that's sitting right there. shouldn't need to take it too slow with this one since we're only handling one bale. Oh, you'd hope it'd be easy anyway, and it looks like we're gonna have some good luck with this if I don't throw it over the other edge. Well, there we go. Alright, so we'll just leave this guy running for now, since we'll be using it quite a bit more. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this here. I don't know if filling up the rest with silage is the proper mixing ratio, but we shall find out. Whoa, slid through there. Alright, so trigger should be right around this area. And yep, looks like we will be good on our ratio. Awesome, so we'll just take this around, dump it in our TMR pit. TMR, for those of you who don't know, that's just shortening total mixed ration, as you see there. That's what it's called. So mixing in all those aspects. So the grass, straw, and then silage. That is what that is about. I honestly think you can do it without using straw. I'm pretty sure you do need at least the grass and silage, but then it might not technically be TMR then. Like, because I don't know. I think it just recognizes it as grass when you pour it in to the feeding troughs. I'd have to look back. I'm pretty sure I did that before and it showed up as just grass or just silage. I don't know for sure off the top of my head here. Alright, so I'm going to actually grab that straw bale that's there, so we can go ahead and grab that grass one that's with it. If I can reach it, hopefully we can do that. Looks like we can. Kind of putting those front arms, attach your arms in there with it, inside of the bale there. I think that's what I meant to say. I don't know. Words are hard at 1:30 in the morning. Yes, it is almost 1:23 or 1:30. It is actually 1:23, so my clock says almost 1:30 here. So burning the midnight oil. Just because it is a weekend right now. At my time of recording, it is Friday night, so I figured I might as well take advantage of that. If you ask me. So, what do we got here? Okay, line that up a little better. And there we go. Just need one grass bale this time since we already have one in there. Alrighty. Seems to be going smooth this time, which is very good. Now, one thing I might want to do, considering we made changes to our other bin site, is adjust the green bins inside of here. And maybe even remove those bunkers as well. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But I would like to follow the more American aspect. So I think I am going to adjust this spout. I did have it with an auger before, and then I put it back to the original. So I'm probably going to put like what we have on the beef farm, if you remember that. Wait, what am I doing here? I am going the wrong way. I'm just going to cut through here, cheat through some trees, because I'm dumb and not paying attention. I was kind of back into picking up bales. I was in that mode again, heading back to field 23 and 28. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Can't walk and talk, apparently. But I knew that, I just forgot. total mixed ration here. So I am going to pause the video. I'm going to do several more rounds of this, and then we can take some of it to our livestock. So I shall be right back. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so this is our last load of TMR that I'm going to be unloading into our pit of it. So, yeah, I got about, I don't even remember how many loads I got. Maybe 5 or 6, could be more, could be less. Actually, it's at least 5, I know. So we have plenty of total mixed ration to go around. So next thing on the list to do, I'm going to progress time until we get to our first growth stage on our main crops. So I'm just going to put this guy away. Actually, I'm not going to put him away, but get him out of the way. Actually, no, I'm going to put this away. I'm done with this particular implement for now, although I am not done with this tractor. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to park this feeder right here in the shed next to that other trailer, our other feeder trailer, I suppose. Try to get it to look somewhat neat and orderly. Of course, it's not. It must be because of the hitch there that it's not letting me unhook it. So I guess I'll be resetting it. So I'm gonna go to implements, tools and trailers. Yeah, so I'll just reset that back to the other farm. Get that out of the way eventually. That has happened before. I'll try to unhook that feeder wagon or mixer wagon, and it won't unhook. It is related to our hitch, trailer hitch, I believe. Yep, and we're working here. Yep, it works here, which is good. Maybe just because I wasn't pulling forward, I don't know. Maybe I should test that out. Test that theory. Oh, but for now, that has been reset. So I'm going to head out. Where's our nearest crop field? Let's say over here. There's a field 119 and field 8. So how are we doing on water for these guys? It doesn't show up on there. Looks like they're good for the most part. Okay, so there are still weeds, obviously. I did mention that. So we're going to see how long this takes us. Okay, not the first night. And yeah, oh, okay, they're running at 90% still. That's good. And yep, they're starting to run low. And not the second night. Okay, how long is this going to take us? Looks like they're out of silage now, the cows are. I'm sure our other animals... Oh, there we go. But as I was saying, I'm sure our other animals are low on everything, just about. I'll just take a look here. Well, okay, they're not terrible, it looks like. But I still probably will go in and fill them up on mixed ration and grain, I suppose, at some point, and then straw and water. So I have quite a bit to do there. So I'm going to make it daylight, and eventually, here soon, these weeds will disappear from our crops. So I have a lot to do ahead of me. I have some spraying. For fertilizer, I have quite a bit of stuff to get our animals fed all the way. So that's what we have looking ahead of us here for future episodes. But for now, gonna be a dawn warrior and get some feeding done for today. So we're gonna start off on our pig farm Where am I going? On ahead this way. Kind of got a little disoriented there. So I'll head back this way and pick up some of our mixed ration. Just fill up the trailer all the way and go to our pigs, second set of pigs and beef, then come back around and give the rest of what's left to our dairy. So that is not what we want there. Okay, we'll see if he fills our trailer here. Alright. Looking good there. Try to get a somewhat even spread here, if I can. Do that as best I can. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but you do what you can. So I'll get that covered, and I'm just going to cut through here. Not that I should be doing that, because we'll be running into trees, obviously. But just do some cheat. Make it go a little bit quicker. So we are heading down to the pig farm. We have 2 sets of pigs there, in case you don't remember. There are 2 big pig barns there connected. Pig barns, is that what I said? But that's what I meant to say. They are connected together into one, but they do show up as separate on our display in our information menu. As well as feeding wise, you'd have to feed them separate as well. So that is what that is about. And I also remembered where our bale sell point is. I think there is a bale sell point at the BGA. I'm pretty sure it's grass there only, and then our straw must be on the horse farm, which we will be passing by somewhere soon along this road. So, at least I'm pretty sure I read that's where the grass sell point is. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go back and check. But I'm like 80% sure. So obviously not as sure as I could be, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the horse farm there. That is, I'm pretty sure that's where we sell our straw. If I do happen to have any extra. So yeah. I could probably speed this up all the way, couldn't I? Get there a little faster. Okay, that was the turn back there to get to our grain elevator. And to that ginormous field 11. Although this field 11 doesn't look as big as 88 does, that just looks huge. And I believe they are corn. I think that's what that grain is. Not fully grown, obviously. That appears on the map, although it is fully grown here in game. So we'll just take this in. Whoops. Client stuff there. And they are good on TMR. It should have been pigs 2 and 3. Or just, okay, just pigs 2. This next one will be 3. That's what I meant to say. Looks like they could use some straw here soon. And yep, that was pig 3. Awesome. Okay, so that's why that number's different, because they have one more pig here in pig 3. Alrighty, so that left us with 91%. We're gonna head back up to our dairy farm and feed the pigs that are there. Then head up to our beef. And then we'll head back to the dairy farm and give what's left to the dairy, as I've mentioned several times now, probably. Oh, they're now sitting at 55%. Our dairy cattle is. It's because they ran out of TMR. Unfortunately. Actually, they have been out of TMR for a little while now, and we're sitting at 90%. Then they ran out of silage, I believe, is what the issue was there. So I think we got a pretty nice system worked out here. Get all our grass work done. That'll get us some bales. And combine that with straw from harvest. Mix that all together with the silage. Dump it in our pit. And then I can just take that out of the pit whenever I want and give it to our livestock. And I'm betting that we will end up having extra bales. Just my guess. But it's kind of looking that way, so we probably will end up selling some of our bales. So we can utilize that PJ gooseneck trailer, which I'm kind of looking forward to using that. Yeah, I mean, we have it. Might as well use it for something. So yeah, that'll be mainly used for hauling around bales for selling. Kind of half our business there. That's actually one of the things we do on our home farm. We are Small Squares Incorporated. We obviously, judging by the name, we do work with small squares, grass, and alfalfa. So that's, oh geez, why did I do that? I meant to hit the one button to slow us down just a bit. Hit the wrong thing there, didn't I? So yeah, we are Small Squares Incorporated. We work with grass and alfalfa. So that's kind of one of the aspects why I was wanting to do alfalfa in our game here, was to make it more like home. So I think that's pretty cool that we're getting that aspect of it. And then yeah, we do sell our bales whenever we don't use for our own use, which is majority of it. Okay, there. Looks like we're producing some manure as well. Oh wait, that's right, it's only one pig building here. Liquid manure, we've got quite a heap there, as well as solid, so that's good. I'm gonna check what our other farms are doing there for manure. And what about slurry? Alright, so we got a decent amount. I guess when you combine these together, it's pretty good. All our pigs and then our beef, yep, got a decent number there as well. So we shall head up to our beef farm. So yeah, one other thing that we have in common with our farm here, as in the one that I help operate in real life, is that we do raise beef. That is one of our other sources of income. We don't do any dairy or pigs, just beef. So we buy and sell, raise some beef. So yeah, one more thing in common with our virtual farm. I may go in and add a second version of our farm sign and show off some of the other equipment we have. So I probably will only do one more and see if I can't find one that has our 7120 with a mower on it. I believe I already have one downloaded that we have on Facebook. So I'll use that for our other one. And they are full. Awesome. Also, if you didn't notice, I did adjust our corn texture so it doesn't have any of the green in it. It is the stock default corn texture for 2015, or at least the Westbridge Hills map. I don't know if it's the same on Bjornholm map. Bjornholm, I guess I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never had to pronounce it because I don't use that map. But I've actually heard it pronounced both ways. I don't know if one of them's wrong, but I have heard it both ways on YouTube. A couple of different YouTubers. I couldn't tell you which off the top of my head. So, yeah. So we're heading back to our dairy now, and we'll feed them right up with what's left, which is 77% of what we initially had. So our cattle should be good for quite a while. Our dairy cattle, to be exact. Oh, whoops, I didn't want to head this way. Oh well. No matter, no matter. Yep, there's our mixer there. So I suppose I could do it in these troughs here. Kind of fill them up till they look full. I do want to wait for those cows to get out of the way, otherwise it'll bug the heck out of me if I don't. Because I'd rather not, quote, run over them, unquote. Even though you do phase right through them in game. Oops, I guess I was not at the trigger point there. There we go. Alright. For us. Yep, and that is all. Didn't quite get to the last trough there. Oh well. No big deal. So that is where I'm going to call it for the episode here. If you did enjoy the video, which I sure hope you did, I try to aim for that. Try to entertain the audience. Anyways, if you did enjoy it, make sure to leave it a like. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos, just to keep updated on all my uploads, which are every day at noon. Just to reiterate that, if there's anything you want to say, make sure to leave it in the comments. I'll try to respond as quickly as I can. And once again, thanks for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day.